You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the January 19th, 2023 special meeting of the Michigan City Housing Development Incorporated Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Okay, it's 5:19, Thursday, January 19th, 2023. I'm calling the meeting of the Michigan City Housing Development Incorporated special meeting to order. We'll stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Hutton on the roll.
Michael Vincent,
Present.
Stacy Benny, Rodney McCormick,
Present.
Brian Thomas, Talani Reyna. Okay, and I'm not.
Okay, we have some new members here tonight. Mr. Gaines? Carnes, I'm sorry, Mr. Carnes. If you can give us a real quick introduction of yourself and what you do and what you expect to bring to the board, we'd appreciate it.
My name is Damon Carnes. I'm a local pastor here in the city and community activist, and hope to learn more about what the board does and help bring our community in a better place.
Very good. Welcome aboard. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, think you're going to add some value.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry?
We got one more.
Oh, because I'm sorry, Kevin, because you're always here. I thought you were always part of the board. Kevin, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know what you expect to bring to the board.
Okay, I'm Kevin Harmon. I'm a resident here 11 years. And of course, I'm usually on the other side of the camera covering these meetings. So the first time ever I sat on the board. So this is going to be a new experience, and hopefully I'll be able to pick up, things that go along and give you as much of my insight as I possibly can.
Very good. We'll appreciate it. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Okay, any minutes?
No.
No minutes. We'll carry over the minutes for the last meeting and this meeting for approval on next.
Call a meeting to order. Did you do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd just like to put an add on to the agenda, if you don't mind. Attorney payment. I'm sorry that we got to it. I just found out about it tonight, so I was told to ask to be added to the agenda for approval of attorney payment.
Okay. And attorney is not with us tonight. Is he calling in or?
He's not with us tonight. He said we can call in if we absolutely have to have him. We need to try to take care of some payments, so.
Okay. All right. We'll bring up motion under new business.
Thank you.
Any communications? Ms. Hutton? Any communication? No communications? Let's move on to reports. Start out with an executive report. Financial report first.
If you look under financial, there's a printout of the bills that needs to be paid for Michigan City Housing Development and the amounts and who they go to.
Okay, we had a motion at the last meeting that we would meet before the bills are paid so that the board could look at the payments, and we'll approve them as a board and then sign off on checks after we have no questions on anything. Just want to keep this out in the open and make sure everybody knows what each check is written for.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody has a copy of this?
Yes.
We'll review this and then via email, just reach out to me if everything looks good or if you have questions. And if there are no questions, then I'll meet back here to sign checks with you later, Ms. Hutton. Is that, you have the checks?
We have the checks.
Okay. All right, so if everybody can do that
But-
by tomorrow morning, so I
Okay.
can come by and sign checks tomorrow,
Okay.
so that we can stay current on our bills? Okay.
Excuse
I got the thumbs up from the financial department.
I have a question, but I let Ms. finish.
Okay.
Commissioner McCormick brought up an issue or something that we need to address as far as attorney payment. And I see on this printout, it does say Harris Law Firm for December the 9th. Is that regarding HDI?
Yeah, that's MCHDI.
Okay,
Yeah.
so something transpired on the 9th regarding this board that, can you enlighten us on what that, it says professional service rendered to HDI, what specifically was that?
The attorney was here,
Present.
present at our board meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't keep the days straight. Okay, that's all.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Ms. Hutton, the Lowe's business account,
Uh-huh.
is this divided up between us and the Michigan City Housing Authority? Is this broken down?
This is, everything on there is only for MCHDI.
Okay.
Everything on this is strictly MCHDI.
Okay.
Okay, and piggybacking on that question, with the attorney not with us tonight, and we're not gonna call him to ask this, but he did a deed research for properties that MC, that we own. Did he get back with you on those properties?
No, he hasn't
Okay,
given me that information.
okay, so these Lowe's business accounts, they all have addresses for the properties that this was on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that as well as down at the bottom, Department of Water Works? That's all, as you stated, everything's HDI.
Yes, everything is MCHDI.
So not to sound naive, but that specific water bill is for properties, obviously. We're paying the water bill for properties under the HDI, for those properties, okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, I'd also like to add, if I may, I spoke to Mr. Harris. He wanted me to assure you guys that the title search that he's been doing is almost done, and he will have it for our next meeting.
Okay, very good.
There was nothing else he had to report that he told me, so.
Okay. All right, let's move on from the reports to the occupancy report. Oh,
Also,
you got anything else on financials?
what we have in our bank account.
Oh, okay.
Can you read that, Ms. Hutton, for the record, please?
What's in the bank account?
Yes.
At this time, we have $469,109.99 in MCHDI's bank account.
And is
This is December 31st.
okay, and this is just a checking account? We have one account, and it's checking.
Right.
Okay.
One account.
All right, and what is page 2? I see page 1, page 3, page 4.
What is what?
At the top, go to your first page. Page 1,
Uh-huh.
page 3.
And page 4. Rochelle must didn't make a copy.
And then you stated that we only have one account, but I see another checking account with another balance.
That's the,
What's that?
this one, CHDI. This one is, this is money that HUD had to pay us. That's been in the there.
This is a separate account though.
Yeah, this is a separate account, yeah.
So HDI has 2 checking accounts then.
Right. I had to look and see what that was, but this is the money that HUD had to pay us.
HUD is paying this?
No, they had to, previously, before I got here, there was some type of, settlement that HUD had to pay back to this housing authority, and in that settlement, they put it in this separate account.
So this is part of our monies,
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
But we don't use this
we don't
account.
touch it, we don't use, no, we pay our bills out of the first account.
Okay, and what is this count for, just sitting there for
It's just
rainy
sitting in
days?
Rainy days, and it collects interest. We don't
Okay.
take anything out of this.
All right. And again, this is page 1 and then page 4. This, no, this is page 1, okay, I got
It's
my
just
page.
one page.
There we go, okay.
But Rochelle, since you made copies, the pay for the first checking account 0705. There's no page 2. The back. Was it anything on the back? Sometimes
There
it.
was there was nothing but,
Sometimes it's just
yeah,
the
just
information.
about, changing the checking account and stuff like that, with it, that standard stuff that's on the back of it, so I didn't bother.
Okay, all right.
So can we get a little more clear on the second account, like just money that HUD had to give us? Is it like reimbursement money? Is it?
It was some type of lawsuit, that's what I was told. And so they just put it in that account. And we don't touch it.
I mean, but what was the dream for it before? I mean, what was the?
I have no idea. It was before I got here, so I really have no idea.
Can we move to have the attorney find out what's this for, and do we have it in the appropriate account? Or do we need to bring them both together?
Well,
Definitely
that's,
for Michigan City Housing Development Inc., that's what it's wrote out for.
Yeah,
So I think that it'd be appropriate to have Mr. Harris check into this so we can get a definite answer to our fellow board members' question. I want to know as well.
I agree. Ms. Hutton, if you could reach out to Mr. Harris and ask him what this account is and why we have to have it separate, or if we can roll it into one.
And we want to know where the money, what was the actual money given to us for?
Right, we'd like to see a copy of that lawsuit.
Yes.
If it was a lawsuit or HUD sent it to us, why did they send it in a separate account? We just do a little research on that.
okay.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
because I'm thinking if it's in a separate account, it must be some stipulations on what it could be used for.
Right.
Could be earmarked.
It's called,
Right, yeah, it could be earmarked.
Yes.
Okay, the next page is the occupancy. We only have one vacant unit. The first unit is a test unit that was in our system when we tested it. But the only unit is the Griffiths.
Is this unit ready to be rented?
No,
Is it part of our
yes.
PNH or PNA?
No,
No?
this is MCHDI.
Our home, our properties weren't part of that pool? Okay.
So you said that first line is a test?
Yeah,
That's kind of surprising, Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, forgive me. It's kind of surprising because I thought we were in agreement that we was gonna do the P&A on physical needs assessment on all our properties, and we were to pay our portion of it as well. I thought that's what we agreed on at our regular meeting.
Thought it was a random poll of
Okay.
apartments, like they weren't doing them all.
Right.
They're just doing
Right,
a random
because-
poll.
For under housing authority though, right?
right.
Nothing for HDI.
Nothing for HDI.
And the unit that needs to be repaired, have you been in it?
126 Grace, it's been a while, but I've been in it.
Can we have somebody do some kind of assessment on it other than, like we agreed on, one claim, we don't want our regular maintenance person to do this. Mr. Wagner, can he give us an assessment or can you do it?
Yeah,
Or our property manager from,
yeah, property manager, Mr. Wagner, or I. We could both do it together.
yeah, we'd like to know what it would take to bring this property and get it out right now.
Get it back on the road.
Yes.
Yeah,
We don't want to hold this out long. So we want to try to take care of all of our vacancies. So we want to get people in them.
yeah. So we only have one.
Okay. And you're gonna get a report back for us what this unit needs
Needs.
to make it rentable.
Maintenance is the one work order that we had that was done online. This was taken care of today, and I had Mr. Wagner take care of it.
Okay. So are they good? Their doors secure?
Yep, everything's
Okay.
fine. She came in. I also had her come in and she went with me and the property manager, and her aunt does not have power of attorney to speak for her. She signed off, I have the notice, but she initialed and said that she doesn't have power of attorney. She's been on her own for 18 years and she can speak for herself. And she also told us that her aunt had asked for the city to come and inspect her unit, which they came and they saw the repairs had been taken care of that they were asking us to do. But we still have a few more things we gotta have to
Okay.
finish in her unit. But she was aware.
So, but for safety and security, she's taken care of. Is there a form that we have that we could file that she signed to confirm?
We had taken notes and stuff, and we had her sign it and initial
Okay.
and the date in front of us. So we do have that.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I know where you're going with that. I think we need to make sure that anytime we go into a unit, that is signed off by the tenant.
Tenant.
So do I need to make a motion on that, Mr. Vincent, or?
Is that normal process? Is that what we do anyway
Yeah,
with the housing authority?
if it's a work order, if the tenant is present, they sign.
Okay, we'll just follow the normal procedures of the housing authority and just roll that into our procedures as well. Sounds like that's what we're doing anyway.
Yeah, I just like to, if this is what we're gonna do, when a work order is completed, it should be in our board package showing that, so we know our question has been answered and it has been done. Because we are in a situation for a reason, and we try to dig out of it, so we gotta make sure that work is being done.
Okay, Ms. Hutton, you have a problem with that, including that in our packet?
No.
Okay.
Or just giving it to the president, I don't have a problem, as long as you can verify, or one of you guys know that it's there and it's done.
Well, if it's a page and Mrs. Hutton doesn't have a problem including it in the package, if she does work, she can just include it, and that'd be part of her report then.
Thank you.
Under, anything else under maintenance?
And no.
Okay, I'd like to bring up, now, I don't know if this is the time, or certainly we can discuss. The email that I sent was partially to ask for the work to be done, but then also to break out the times, because we had the audit meeting and the different entities are supposed to pay their fair share of costs. So if you use housing authority materials and time, is the Michigan State Housing Authority gonna back charge this committee
No.
for those repairs?
They use it's charged to their account.
So we'll see that on the checks.
You see it It's right here. On this
Yep,
page.
I saw it. So that's how it's broke out.
And that's,
Okay,
yeah,
what about the time for, is the service time on here? I mean, we paid somebody to do something, right?
Yeah, the invoice, the breakdown of hours.
not on, no,
Did we do that in-house? The work in-house?
no. For, like, for 1603 Gardenia, that was a contract. And so.
Contractor did
Yeah.
that? Okay, all right, so we'll see
No,
his invoice later.
we've already paid him, and that's why he did what he was supposed to do.
Am I missing it?
We've already paid him for his work. It was prior,
So it was under like a warranty?
it was prior to you being chair that he got paid for it. This right here is the remaining of the bills from Lowe's that we got and that needed to be signed for the material.
Okay,
But the contractor had already been paid.
before today?
Yeah, prior, I think he got paid, what, November? First of November?
I think the question on the floor, what he's asking is, the door was repaired today.
Oh, the door was repaired today. We have not got that invoice. for
Okay.
that. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, but
Yeah, but you will get it before you pay him, and,
Yeah,
but
they're
he
needed.
hasn't turned that in.
what is the contractor's name?
Wagner.
The same, the snowplow?
Yeah.
Wagner, okay. Is he our normal contractor? Is he the one that does
No,
stuff
he-
for us? Or-
No, he wasn't our normal contractor. Under this, we would have, you all said no more of, the housing authority to do the work. So right now, there's no contractor out there doing anything, but because this came up and he told me to get it, that's why we got Mr. Wagner.
Okay. All right, sounds like we as a board need to move to somebody to call. We have 18 some odd properties.
I move that we bring Mr. Wagner in, do an interview, and then come to the board and get the approval if we're gonna let him do the work. Make sure he's qualified to do it and what needs to be done. We have to find a contractor over here. We all agreed already prior to new board members coming in not to deal with Michigan City, our housing authority maintenance person. And so I move that we bring Mr. Wagner in and interview him so we can get somebody, at least interim, to take care of it until we can put it out for bid. Or however we want to do it, since we're the not-for-profit.
Right.
Is Mr. Wagner's work satisfactory to you?
So far, yes.
And he's currently doing work for housing authority as far as snow removal.
Yes.
Just FYI.
And he also did, he cleaned out our units so the maintenance would not have a hard time and stuff, yeah.
Okay, if he's satisfactory, if his work is good, I say we keep Mr. Wagner on.
Okay.
Just the same as we did as snowplow, and he helped us out in emergency situations, so we can keep him on, do work for us as needed, and we'll pay him as needed until such time that either he or someone else becomes permanent contracted.
For a permanent employee, because we can't hire a permanent employee.
Well, my goal was, my motion was on the floor. I think we need to bring Mr. Wagner in and make sure this is something that he's willing to do full-time, or however this contract is gonna work out, or how we're gonna do it, because we also need the attorney to work
To
out
work out the kinks.
to work out the contract part of it, right?
Yeah.
And Mr. Wagner might not wanna do it, or he might say, hey, I think it needs X, Y, and Z. Well, I think we need to hear from him first. And I'm all for it, using him for right now, but I think we need to ask for him to come to our next meeting or talk to,
Right, well, we need something sooner than that.
Yes.
right? We need something if
Right.
somebody's door breaks tomorrow, we're gonna need somebody for that.
Right.
So,
Does he have any expectation that you know of? Does he
Oh,
want
yeah.
a job that he could get hired?
He'd asked me previously, before, when we were cleaning out the units, he told me that he does do that kind of work, rehab the units, and so I told him when we start putting the units out for bid, he would be able to bid just like anyone else. So, I know he does that type of work.
is he insured for
Yes.
that? I know he's insured for snow plowing, is he insured with us?
It's a few things he insured for us.
Can you verify that with us and drop a line to Mr. Harris? Let him know our intentions with Mr. Wagner and see if he can draw up some kind of temporary contract and verify that his insurance is what we require.
Okay.
Thank you.
Would it be appropriate just for us to like, just name 2 or 3 people to a committee and just meet them here and just make sure it's all on?
I have no problem with that. Rodney, if you want to do that, anybody else would like to meet with Rodney as committee to interview Mr. Wagner?
All in? So it'd be us 3 then, we'll just meet with Mr. Wagner, ask him the questions. And then we'll bring our findings back to you.
Okay, very good.
The board.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Thank you.
So who's gonna set that up?
I can.
Okay.
You all just tell me what time, because normally Mr. Wagner, he is available normally, unless he has something else to do,
Okay.
so he normally comes down.
I prefer early.
Okay.
I thought you were the 5:15 guy today. Yeah.
No, 5:15 every day, but I'm available throughout the day from time to time, you know, so I can work it out during the day.
But you're not available.
I'm not available from 3 to 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm like that. I like to get my stuff early in the day.
Add you to it.
I'd meet for breakfast.
We'll let them know if you can't make that.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
As long as it's after 4. I mean,
I mean, I'll work out.
I'll be a substitute.
What?
Yeah, his is after 4:30. And yours is every day after 5:15. And I'm
Except
after,
Friday.
Except Friday, and I'm after 4. So I prefer
I'm gonna
4.
make it work.
We'll coordinate it.
We're coordinated.
I'm a backup to that's fine. I'm not the first one.
Okay, attorney report. Attorney is not present with us tonight. We'll move on to nominating committee report.
So we have the 2.
Sorry?
I said we have the 2.
Yep, the 2 new.
Yeah.
Anything else from nominating committee?
I move that we accept them, I move that we accept the 2 new board members.
I second.
Okay.
Ms. Hutton on the roll?
Vote. Michael Vincent,
Aye.
Stacy Benning,
Aye.
Rodney McCormick,
Aye.
Brian Thomas.
Aye.
Okay.
I nominate, we move Damon Carnes and Kevin Harmon. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm sorry, forgive me.
Okay. Do roll call one more time.
Yes.
Michael Vincent,
Aye.
Stacy Benning,
Aye.
Rodney McCormick,
Aye.
Brian Thomas.
Aye.
All right. They don't vote because we're putting them on, right?
Now they will.
Yes, they do not.
Right.
Everybody is equal.
Any other reports?
And new business.
Move on to new business management agreement. Did Mr. Harris look this over? Or is this the,
That's the same one.
The same
that we
one.
had. And, because right now, we have not been able to find the signed one.
We haven't found the signed copy, we're waiting on Mr. Harris for something as well.
Yeah.
I say we table this, I'll put it on the pending item list.
Let's put this on the pending item until the time that Mr. Harris is here and we can discuss it in detail.
Change it or add to it?
We need to find the signed copy, we need to know what the agreement is
Yeah.
for that.
Because apparently there was one before any of us came on the board. There was a management agreement, so it got misplaced or something.
We gotta find it, so.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's vacant?
No, right now, Ms. Hutton is, in that position. We don't know, we need to see the agreement. We need to find the actual signed agreement. And our last meeting, the attorney agreed to, he agreed to, sit down and try to help see if we can get this ironed out and done. So, that was my understanding last meeting.
Yeah.
I think we're just looking for an official
The signature.
management agreement.
Yes. Because we do have the authority to bring in our own property manager to manage our properties. So we need to do what's best feasibly for our agency and not have run-ons, right? I mean, I just think that we need to just wait for Mr. Harris. It's like,
Agreed. So we'll add that to a pending item list and discuss next meeting. Next item, review bylaws. The current bylaws we're working under is from 2015. And Mr. McCormick?
Mr. Chair, I move that we forward this information, the bylaws, current bylaws, to our attorney to have these revised and brought up to date. These are way, there's stuff in there that just shouldn't, we gotta get straightened out. And I move that our attorney review these bylaws and make the necessary improvements.
Do we need a workshop? Has anybody looked over the bylaws? Do you think we need a workshop for this, for us to sit and discuss?
With the attorney.
Changes, update? Yes.
I move that we move this to a workshop.
Okay. Ms. Hutton, can you schedule a workshop for review of bylaws? Mr. Harris to be present?
So
Now,
there's a second.
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call. Rodney McCormick.
Aye.
Michael Vincent.
Aye.
Stacy Benning.
Aye.
Brian Thomas. Damon Carnes.
Aye.
And Kevin Harmon.
Aye.
Okay. 6-0.
Y'all got y'all first vote in.
I got a lot of things to do.
We all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next item on the agenda is 2023 meeting dates. And I asked for this to be put on as a discussion point because I know we're all busy, we all have things that goes on outside of this committee and beyond the special meetings or things that pop up. I'd just like to know where we're gonna meet, when we're gonna meet, so that I can put it on a calendar and we're not waiting a week ahead of time saying that we need to schedule a meeting and then we're playing that whole when are you available game. So if we can pick a time that works out best for the most of us and a day of the month. I know our current bylaws that are old say that we meet once a quarter. I'm not sure, in my mind, I would like to meet once a month at least, beyond special meetings. I mean, there may be special meetings or workshops in between, but I think at least right now, until we're all new to this, except Mr. Thomas, he's been on and here a while, but until we get acclimated and get a good understanding of where we're going, what we're doing, at least once a month, I think would be fair.
Do we need a motion?
Yes.
I think so.
I make a motion that we move to monthly meetings, at least until we get a hand and a good feel for what's going on.
Agreed and second.
Okay. Michael Vincent,
Aye.
Rodney McCormick,
Aye.
Stacy Benning,
Aye.
Brian Thomas,
Aye.
Damon Carnes,
Aye.
Kevin Harmon.
Aye.
6-0.
Is there a time of the month that works best for everybody, a day of the week?
Thursday is usually my best day. Thursday afternoons. It's kind of like pretty much every week. Otherwise, it's kind of hit or miss as far as the other week, the days of the week.
Tuesdays or Thursdays for me. It's good.
Our MCHA is that the third or fourth?
Fourth Thursdays of the month.
4 Thursdays at 3.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Well, that's what
That's-
it is right
yeah,
now
that's-
for housing.
How about the second Thursday of every month?
See how that's falling.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a time if we have the housing, I don't want to, I know there's housing authority members here. I don't know, do we want to go
Right into that,
right into that? Because then you're talking about,
to second.
No, I said second.
Second, he said the second
Ours is on
Thursday.
the 4th.
I was on the fourth.
but what I mean is we have a meeting from 3 o'clock and then we could roll into this meeting after the authority meeting. But there would be a, there would be a lag
That's a
because
long, yeah.
now we got started at
Because then that's-
5:15, it'd be a long night.
I would personally prefer that, so then it's all on one day, and I don't have to have a meeting on the second Thursday and then on the third Thursday, but that's just my opinion.
It means we get sandwiches or something. Right?
Yeah, we're gonna start weekly budget.
Supper time.
Our other board, we do.
The other board, we got stuff to get caught up on.
That,
If we may, Mr. Vince, if I may just, if you would consider entertaining this, let's start off the next 3 months on the second Thursday. Cause I don't wanna foresee being in a housing authority meeting for an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours, and then.
And then this one for an hour.
Yes, if it leads to that. We are getting caught up, we have a lot of stuff coming off our penny item list on the other board, so, we can revisit this.
Yeah, I'm fine with any day, you know, that's why we brought it up for discussion, find out what,
I'll make second Thursday,
okay? Second Thursday,
5:15.
5:15?
It'll be here. In this field.
So we have it all, that's it, Mr. Vincent?
That's it?
So I move to accept this, official date and meeting time.
Second.
Second Thursday.
Michael Vincent,
Aye.
Rodney McCormick,
Aye.
Stacy Benning, Ryan Thomas,
Aye.
Damon Carnes,
Aye.
and Kevin Harmon.
Aye.
Any other new business?
Again, I know we already spoke on, if I may talk about, we need to approve Mr. Harris, payment to Mr. Harris as soon as possible.
We'll get that tomorrow. That's the check that's on the road, right? The $200, or we owe him more?
We owe him more.
For HDI, we owe more?
No,
No, this is for only HDIs, but we need to get payment satisfied.
For HDI?
Yes, for Mr.
And
Harris.
what's
that-
the amount then? That's what,
the amount for MCHDI is 200.
right,
200.
that's what I saw.
For the record, I will, not to speak out of turn or whatever, I'm in agreement with already, getting payment made out to them. All the
If everyone's looked it over and we're comfortable with that, we'll sign checks.
I don't wanna rush nobody, it's just, as long as we can take care of Mr. Harris,
I looked at Mr. Harrison, he only has 2 submissions for payment, from what I can see.
Yeah.
Or is it 1?
It's two.
One
It's two.
meeting, right?
It's 2.
Oh, he's got 2 dates?
There's a 200 and then a 35.72. $35.
No, the 3572 is,
Oh, that's not,
account.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
$200, then yes.
200 for Mr. Harris. Yeah.
Was there a motion for that?
Yeah, I moved to, well, he just brought, Mr. brought up something.
I don't think a motion is needed. I mean, he just wanted to make sure that his check was gonna be cut, and it will be.
Okay.
Yeah, I moved to accept the finance and pay out what's owed.
Okay. And second?
If everybody's in agreement with, if y'all want to ask a question.
I mean, he's been waiting for payment wrong in 30 days, right?
Yeah.
But they're talking about as a whole, him, in addition to the entire submission of the financials, right?
Mr. Vincent said if we all okay with it, we can move to this approved payment for all the finances, what we owe now.
Is there anything in question? I mean, is there anything out of the ordinary? We're just talking waterworks, insurance, lawyer fees, Lowe's, Menards. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
They're all normal operating costs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion to accept this and sign checks with the second on the table.
Make payment to our finance responsibilities.
All right. Michael Vincent,
Aye.
Stacy Benning,
I,
Rodney McCormick,
Aye.
Brian Thomas,
Aye.
Damon Carnes,
Aye.
and Kevin Hartman.
Aye.
All right.
Okay, we'll move on to unfinished business. You wanna have unfinished business?
no,
Have, Penny, have you signed, have they added you to the checking account?
Yes.
Okay.
Right? That's what I went out to the bank and I'm all squared away, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to, we move kind of quickly to unfinished business, but I would like to, I'm assuming if this is something that I'm asking us to consider as a board, and Ms. Hutton would know if it's something that's allowed, or maybe we need to talk with our attorney about it. Because we have a stipend that we receive for the housing authority. And this board is under the umbrella of the housing authority. And it sounds like we're gonna be meeting for right now, we're gonna be meeting once a month and then maybe some special meetings. So I don't know if it's a motion that I need to put on the table, but if so, I'd like to make a motion that we look into receiving a stipend for, this board as well.
I would second that motion to add it to the agenda for our next meeting to have discussion with our attorney.
That'll be our next regular meeting, the second Thursday of February.
Correct, sir. So we have a motion and a second.
All right. Michael Vincent,
Aye.
Stacy Benning,
Aye.
Rodney McCormick,
Aye.
Brian Thomas,
Aye.
Damon Carnes,
Aye.
and Kevin Hartman.
Aye.
Okay.
Another point of unfinished, I know we talked before about an audit for NCHD specifically. Do we have a current audit for 2021?
We have one for.
We have an audit for that?
Yeah, 2021. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's in the audit that we have with MCHA.
They do them as one,
Yeah.
one audit?
But
Okay,
they pay their portion of the audit still.
Okay.
MCHDI will still pay their portion of the audit.
is that scheduled for 22 yet?
22 is, the unaudited has been done by the fee accountant, but the auditor is not, it's not due to June 30th, I think is my date.
What is our fiscal period?
October 1st.
October 1st, we go from October to October.
October 1st.
Okay. So our October 20, our audit was due October of last year. Our fiscal year ended, so now we're working on audits.
We on 22nd audit, and November 1st, the unaudited, that's done by the fee accountant, is done first. And then 90 days before our fiscal year end is when the audit is actually done,
Okay. All right, so we're coming up on the audit
in June.
in,
I think June 30th is the day.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. I'm taking longer to understand this than I probably should. Our fiscal year ended in October. So we did an unaudit? What's an unaudit?
It's an unaudited, we have a fee accountant. We have fee accountant that does our books.
And who is that?
We have two. One is MRI, and then the other one is housing. What is it called? Housing authority. Yeah,
Yeah, that's,
they're both listed on here. MRI is one,
okay.
and then the other one is housing authority.
Housing authority meaning us or
No,
Indianapolis?
That's the name of that company.
Oh. MRI Software Systems?
Why do we have to?
Because they do, one does the resident books and then the other does everything else. One does just tenants only, and then the other one does our billing, everything we spend, purchase.
So the Housing Authority audit cost us $35.72?
Because they do just the resident. And the other one costs more because they do everything else.
Is this under unfinished business?
Yes,
Yes.
we're talking about unfinished.
And I thought we agreed also to go back some years to see where we was at our highest point with the account, and then figure out how the money, if there was money that went out the door for accountability purpose. And I thought Mr. Harris was also going to work on that as well, I believe.
That's the reason I brought this up, because I'm just thinking about past audits, and I'm sure we have abilities to at least see a management letter. Auditors send management letters.
It's in the audit packet.
Okay. Do we have management letters for, if we go back to 2019, if we get the last three, you don't have a management letter for 19?
2019, that was one of the reasons why this authority got in trouble, because the books were determined unauditable.
I say we table this until Mr. Harris get here. We need to go backwards. We need to find out what was our highest point and how the money where the money went to or whatever, to see if there's any way we can recover it, or it's just, I'm just not comfortable with this amount of money. I think we should have way more than this in our account. But in order to figure out what was there and if there was or wasn't, we need to go backwards to a set period of time that we agree on. And then we go from there. I was going to say, why we just can't call the audit company and they tell us, like you was just going to say, what we have in there in 19, what we have in there in 15. But they ain't been keeping books, I guess. I don't know. I don't know that, so I'm not going to make that application.
From my inexperience in auditing, in financials, there has to be a letter, a management letter, a cover sheet, or something, isn't, or no? But when they said in 2019 that you're unauditable,
I have no idea.
okay, that doesn't just mean you're unauditable, so forget about it, let's just move on. I mean, we're not gonna do that, are we? Is that?
I have no idea. I can only give you 20, 21.
And can you set the record why you don't know for the viewing public.
I have no idea because I was not the executive director at this time. And in fact, one of the last audits that the executive director did cost $20,000 for MCHDI and $20,000 for MCHA. And that is unbelievable.
That was the 2019 audit.
$40,000 is what they paid for an audit, and that is not what. So, and the only reason when I got here, the contract was signed, and so we proceeded.
Well, Mr. Harris, since somebody did do that, I believe we need to table this. I mean,
Mr. Harris?
Yeah, I'll follow you.
yeah, we table this, let Mr. Harris check into that, because they bonded and they did this. We want our services, we want to know what they did. I would like to know.
If we paid $40,000, yeah, we should have something, right?
Car in the parking lot,
Yeah,
yeah, to drive over.
okay. Motion to add this to the pending items list to be addressed on the February meeting?
I motion that we, add this to the pending item list.
Okay.
Second? Anybody second?
I'll second.
On the roll?
Michael Vincent,
Aye.
Stacy Benning,
Aye.
Rodney McCormick,
Aye.
Brian Thomas,
Aye.
Damon Carnes, and Kevin Harmon.
Aye.
All right.
Motion passed.
Got it.
Any other unfinished business? Any public comments? Comments from the public?
Unfinished business.
Yes.
What with our number of board members, have we reached our goal? We're still searching.
Nominating committee still working on one, right?
We need one,
Yeah.
and I think we might have a recommendation, off camera, we might have a recommendation, and we might interview that person once we find it. Unless we have.
Just inquiring.
Yes, we just need one more member, and we have a full board.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I just wanted to just say, I want to thank Ms. Hutton for handling the situation today with the email that I got from Chris, we received about repairing the door. She got that taken care of right away. There was problems, I don't want to go into all the details, but there was someone who said they had authority to act on behalf of someone, they didn't. And she took care of it. And I think I appreciate the way she took care of it and got it taken care of and got the tenant in here. And we heard it directly from the tenant, who is not disabled or anything. And it's people speaking for her that doesn't have authority. Kind of scary, right? But she did a great job today. So
Okay. Thank you, Ms.
Is that who you were
Appreciate that.
referring to? Is that who you were referring to earlier?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And that we have it in writing, and she
doesn't have-
initialized.
There's no power of attorney for her.
No.
Just for the rest of the board, I think we kind of bounced around it a little bit. There's an online request form for repairs at properties. Someone submitted a safety and security concern. Their back door would not lock. I don't know why, I don't know how long, but that's the report that was sent in. And I looked and I seen it last night at 7:30, 8 o'clock, or maybe it was this morning, doesn't matter, but
it was early.
it was early this morning. I was looking at it and I thought, oh shoot, what is this? So I emailed Mrs. Hutton and asked her if she could take care of it, and yeah, that was pretty good reaction time. So
I like that movement, so.
yeah, so
It's an item that's in our packet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, and we also, another update, we did talk to Chris Bigelski, mayor's assistant, and we will be calling the IT person, a person that does the our Michigan City webpage for us. All this stuff will be updated.
Yeah.
We will get, Ms. Hutton is working on that. That will probably be done by next week. So we still have people that's not here, still showing up on the site. And then we'll make sure the email will come directly here so we can get right on it and get right on it. We just got to update everything.
okay.
But we never got time to do that, and that will be taken care of.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.